Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission.
What does this mean? What does this mean for someone in America who wants to share the gospel, be a light, be missional, live on mission? What are some first steps that they can do? They don't know that they could go stand on a soapbox and say, fire from heaven.
Yeah.
You know, what do they do?
Well, for someone who lives in the context that you just described, I would say allow God to break their heart for what breaks his. Allow God's passion for people to consume their hearts so that when they look into the eyes of the lost, something happens to them. There's a motivation that comes in them. There's a passion that comes within them to reach them. But then learn, one, from God, but also learn from people who know what they're doing, how to begin to build relationship and how to go about communicating this message. I think one of the key things is being able to communicate your own testimony.
Yeah. We don't practice that enough, do we?
No.
Verbally practice
we don't.
that.
And sometimes I think people don't even really understand fully what's happened to them, how their life has been transformed,
yes.
and how to then be able to communicate that with others without sounding like a complete freak. But testimony is such a powerful thing. I'll give you an example. So anyway, back to answering your question. I think the heart is the big part of it. Okay. Because there's pastors that actually... they tell their people, you got to win souls. You got to win souls. You got to tell people about Jesus. You got to hand out tracts. But then they don't equip them to do it. And they try to do it like on empty. They have no heart for the people they're doing it for. They feel that they're doing it out of a sense of obligation. So heart to me is the first thing. But then just being able to build relationships genuinely and sincerely with people without... People want authenticity. They don't want the fake witnessing, out of a sense of obligation.
The guy who walks up to you while you're trying to read a book at the park and is like, can I talk to you?
Totally repulsive.
How about going down to your next door neighbor and say, hey, Joe, come on over for a barbecue tonight, man.
Right. Yeah, Bring your kids over and go swimming.
Yeah. So you're challenging
build a
people
relationship.
to talk to their neighbors when they take out their trash?
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds pretty scary. Is that possible?
Yeah, it's amazing in the world we live in today that people don't like to talk to people.
Yeah.
We live in, I call it a box mentality. We live in a box. In our box, we have multiple boxes. One of them is a box we sleep in. One of them is a box we take showers in, a box where we eat. And then we go out into the box, push a button where the big door goes up, and we get in a little box with wheels on it, and we drive that little box to our box that we call an office or a school, and then we live in a little thing, a box that's like a cubicle, and we work in that, and we keep these walls up so we divide ourselves from all the people, and we're going into that place in the box to work so that we can pay for the box that we live in, the box that we're driving, and then after that we avoid people all day long. Then we get in our box with wheels, go home, press the button, the big door goes up, we park our box with wheels, and we immediately put that door down so that we block out the rest of the world. It's a box mentality, and that's where people are, and that's where people live, and that's why this contagious relationship with Jesus isn't getting out where people are.
That sounds like a book that needs to be written by you.
Perhaps.
If not, I will steal it. Is it copyrighted?
Yeah, be careful.
I'll tread lightly on that one. But I love that mentality, and if you're living in all those boxes within boxes, it's hard to spread some sort of contagion or a positive one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's contained.
Yeah.
I mean, just like if it was a horrible, like Ebola, what do? They put them in plastic tents so that it can't spread. Well, we've created our own little plastic tents.
Yeah.
And so we're not spreading.
I get this vision of almost a zombie apocalypse with people walking around in hazmat outfits as if this is the church, and we can't quite communicate past our little small boxes and boundaries.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission. This podcast is powered by Within Reach Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.